Welcome, friends, to the Soul Talk podcast, a show where we explore and uncover the path to the heart, amplifying your conscience. Join me as we meet incredible souls who are in this journey and learn from their experience and different methods that will make you vibrate your heart. Let's get into it. Hi everyone, this is Monica Ramirez, the Warrior of Love, and thank you for being here in Soul Talk. Today I wanted to talk about how the judgments of others affect us. I have many of my clients have come, and in a way or shape or form, they they the judgments of others are affecting them or stopping them to achieve whatever they want to achieve. And I bet many of you are passing through the same thing, and I'm not going to deny it. Once in a while, I go back to my old ways, and it affects me too, until I catch myself. And that's when I release that judgment so you don't affect me anymore. So let's talk about it, how I affect us first. Well, the judgments of others can affect you, making you feel that you cannot do anything of your dreams because it might not be at the standards of the society norms, or you're not pleasing other people doing whatever you want to do. And they're going to be judging you, or they're going to be calling you crazy, or you're not good enough, and so forth. And all those limiting beliefs are going to start showing up when you let other people dictate what you want to do with your own life. So this is in a way so you can start thinking how you can get rid of that, so like that you can feel free and you can achieve your dreams, and you don't doubt yourself who you are, because the imposter syndrome comes from there, from the judging of others, because we have the tendency, or at least I have the tendency, asking someone else, what do you think about my class? What do you think about my channeling? What do you think about my service or my healing or whatever, my painting, whatever I did, or my food or my makeup or whatever I did? And they're going to give me the point of view always through their own limitations on however they feel about themselves. So, and if I take it on that judgment, or from them, I'm gonna feel limited. If they're feeling ugly that day, I'm gonna feel ugly myself because I ask. And if they're not hungry, and I asking about my food, they're gonna say, "Oh, it was not that great." But maybe they were with a stomach ache, or maybe they already ate somewhere, or maybe they were not even hungry, or maybe they don't like the specific food that I cook because they don't like tomatoes, or they don't like fish, or they don't like whatever it was. It doesn't matter. So how many times we don't even want to show up in front of to be seen or being heard, because we are so afraid of what other people are going to think about us. And later on, we're going to feel sad, depressed, because we don't feel seen or we don't feel heard. But we did that to ourselves. No one did that to us. And the same applies when we ask for the opinions of others about a business or an idea, or a creative thing that you're doing. And if they never felt as a writer for themselves, they never had that imagination, and you tell them, I'm writing a book, they're going to say, oh, no, that's not for you. It's like, it is impossible. You can't do it. I have that story that they came into my house. My first language is Spanish. And in the moment I mentioned to them that I wanted to write a book, the first thing everybody told me, oh, no, that's not for you. You don't even know English enough. You're even terrible in Spanish. How you're there, you think you can write a book. So, no, that's not for you. So I put it off, and I put it off, and I put it off, until finally I did not have any of those influences, and I did not ask them, and I just did it. That's when my shift started occurring on me, because I learned that if I ask, about something that I want to do. It is not affecting anyone. I'm not harming anyone with my own dream. Why I even ask permission to others to approve it? Am I looking for approval? And yes, I was in that moment. So I stopped asking. The same applies for my podcast or my paintings or whatever it is. When I take longer to finish a painting, it's because I'm asking other ones their opinion. And if they're in the competition and the envy, they're going to give you their opinion. And it's not going to be the best for you because they are in that conscience. So we need to be aware when we're asking the opinion of others, who you're asking of. If you're asking for a person that it is not believing themselves, if they have competition, if they envy you and so forth, or they have not fulfilled their own dreams, how do you expect they're going to tell you, yes, you do your dreams, feel happy with those dreams, and yes, you can do it? They would not say those things because they don't do it to themselves, and they cannot give you what they don't have for themselves. You're giving your power away to someone that do not believe in themselves, let's put it like that. So thinking those things when you're asking an opinion for someone, you're going to ask the opinion of someone is what someone that already are creating their dreams, already someone that already achieve whatever they want to achieve, not of someone that is self-doubting themselves, because their opinion is going to be very, very limited and is going to have the limitations of their own beliefs. So don't ask your opinion, don't give your power away to everybody, because not everybody, even if they love you very much, they have their own limitations. It can come from our parents. And remember, our parents also are carrying their ancestral lines of limitations. So it is not because of lack of love, it is lack of self security and have not dominated their own ego. And if you're asking, it is for your ego mind because you are being guided. You know what you want to do, you know what is your dreams. Why don't start? Why self doubt? Why having the imposter syndrome and you already know how many years you've been doing or how much experience you've been doing the same thing? You know your capabilities by yourself. So why not start? Everybody start from somewhere and the practice make the teacher. So don't be asking opinions of others and don't give your power away to anyone that passed through. So remember that is going to limit your own projections of your own dreams. And the universe is always listening to you. And imagine the universe is like, yes, I want this. Oh, no, I don't want it. But yes, I do want it. No, but maybe it's not for me because I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough and so forth. Well, guess what? The universe do not know if give it to you or not give it to you or give it to you or not give it to you, because that's how you work in your own thoughts and your own brain and your own emotions that you're feeling at the same time. So you're not going to project that dream. So just continue going and don't give up in whatever you want to do. Do it because it is in your heart. Don't do it because it is the opinion of others. Like, I am dyslexic, and my dad wanted for me to be a bookkeeper. Just imagine how hard it would be for me to be a bookkeeper when I exchange the numbers very easy, you know. And in fact, I worked with him for a while in his business, and I remember having the spreadsheets, those green ones with squares, and he told me, "Okay, you have to fill these parts." I had nightmares thinking in those little squares because they were just jumping all those lines and so forth because I'm dyslexic. So it was torture for me living the dream of my dad because he wanted to be a bookkeeper, not me. I always wanted to be an artist or a psychologist or an archaeologist, but nothing to do with numbers. So thinking about those things I have my little, I'm looking down because I have my little notes that I make for this, so I don't forget the points that I wanted to talk with you. When you're feeling at the same time, when you are judged by others and you are taking it on you, you're going to feel constricted. You're going to feel that you're not good enough. So just thinking those things, that you're letting other people dictate you what you really want. And remember, they're going to project themselves as a mirror image of themselves. But when you judge, it applies for you too. When we're judging someone, we're just projecting ourselves onto someone else. So be the observer. This is something that I teach all the time in Path to the Heart, to remember to become the observer of your own thoughts and emotions. Why? Because those are the ones that are going to change your reality. We're creating this reality through those things, through your emotions and your thoughts. So be aware of those things. Remember that people envy. Remember that people judge because they envy or they feel fear or they do not understand something, the concept that you wanted to do, or you're very different than them because everybody has their own limiting beliefs, but you don't have to put theirs in you. Or they feel competition for you, so they're gonna envy you, or they're gonna feel envy for you, so they're not wanting the best for you, or you're just outside of the social norms and they don't have the guts to actually do what you're doing. I remember the first time that I divorced, I was judged terrible. In that time, I was Catholic. I married first. My first marriage was to a Catholic church. So you can imagine the judgments of my family, the judgments of my classmates, because I went to with a non-school, so it was a Catholic school. So you can imagine the judgments of everybody, because it is, when you marry, it's onto the norm in that society. It is onto the last day of your days you're gonna be with that person, even if they cheated on you, even if they treat you wrong, even if they do whatever they want, you have to stay there. So I asked obviously opinion at the beginning. I was too young in that time. And I asked opinion about it. And everybody's like, no, it doesn't matter. He cheated on you. You have to stay there. That's how I did it. And I started feeling sorry for those opinions of the people. Like, you stay in a marriage that you hated the guy, you do not trust the guy, and but you're still there because that's what the social norms are there. So when I finally got the divorce and everybody stopped talking to me, even inviting my kids to parties, because I was a divorced woman and they were treating my kids like that, that's when I realized I got out of the social norm. And I did probably many of what many women in there they wanted to do. They wanted a divorce too, but I got out of that system, of that social norm that it was dictated for women. So they were envying me. That in reality, it was the mirror image of them that did not have to do anything with me. So every time that you give that judge, you put attention, or you do, or restrict yourself because of the judgments of others, think, are you giving your power away to someone that do not have the guts that you do? Or you're trying to please who? Because they're never going to be enough of pleasing someone, and you're not pleasing yourself. So even if you please everybody, that is impossible. Even if you please everybody, you're not pleasing yourself, and you are important. You are very important. So don't forget that part. So stop trying to people please others, because you're never going to achieve that. Everybody's going to have a different limiting beliefs or different patterns of thinking or different dreams, and they're not going to be the same as you. So why Why you're doing that? You're trying to fit in, you're trying to be accepted. Let me tell you, yes, you can fit in for a while until you start feeling disgusted with yourself because you're not the person that you want to be. You're hiding. You're not being heard. You're not being seen for who you are. It would not be wonderful to be having a community or friends or people that accept you just as you are, and not the fake person that you are apparently having a facade to everybody, because it will confuse you to know who you truly are, what you really like, what colors you like, what food you like, what kind of music you like, etc., etc., etc. But getting to know yourself, it should be a main goal. It should be the main thing, not than anything in the world, because you are important and you deserve to be seen as you, honored as you, respected as you, and be heard. This is Monica Ramirez, the Warrior of Love. And if you want to know more about Path to the Heart, right now there's a list when we start our next session. Right now we're having the session and in English, and we have one in Spanish. So you want to get into the list, a waiting list. So just send us a message, and I will be more than happy. The description is going to be down below, so like that you can send us a message that you're interested, so we can put you in the mailing list. Thank you so much. This is Monica Ramirez, the Warrior of Love. Thank you for being in Soul Talk.